Hi! Patch 6.2 is here, and I thought I could make a little guide for Beastmaster hunters. Let's start with talents. All three of these have their uses, and it depends on comp you are facing and your playstyle. For example, against melee cleaves, like TSG, I would use Narrow Escape. You could just pull melee behind a pillar, disengage and root them for 8 seconds, while their healer isn't in line of sight. If there is a warrior or a DK in the enemy team, I mostly use Narrow Escape, as it is an extra 8-second crowd control. Post Haste, for example, you could use against mage teams, as you can break roots with Disengage, and Line of Sight, or run to your healer, who is probably in a sheep, for a chance to break it with Mage's Ice Nova, or force Mage not to use it, as it will break CC. It all depends on what comp you are playing, and what comp you are facing, and what you prefer best. Next tier. Forget about intimidation. Everyone has a stun nowadays. And Binding Shot is in a lower CD. Can stun multiple targets. And can be used more efficient. Again, it's comp dependent. I mostly use Binding Shot against melee cleaves, as you can stun them both. Wyvern is a more interesting talent, as it opens a lot of cross CC opportunities, and you can CC someone for 11 seconds, just by yourself. Also, it's a good way to bait out cooldowns like Paladin's Hand of Sacrifice, as you can start casting it and cancel it. We have two viable choices in the third tier. Forget the instant heal. It has a too long of a cooldown, and it's just way worse than two others. Use Ironhawk against burst teams. That will kill you while your healer is in CC. Use Spirit Bond against pressure teams that rot you down with dots and constant damage. In fourth tier, all three are usable. Each one of them have some bonuses and some drawbacks. Steady focus increases your and your pet's focus regen. And take in mind that more pet focus is more pet basic attacks, is more focus fire stacks. Downside is that you have to get used to spam 2 Cobra Shots in a row. I have tried it and it's not bad. It's more a personal preference. Dire Beast is my favorite at the moment, as it's a press it and forget it cooldown that regens your focus and does some damage. Plus, an extra pet on a field is more trash on enemy screen. Thrill of the Hunt is mostly okay against shaman teams, as you can spam kill their totems way easier. Next tier brings only one choice, a Murder of Crows. It's a superior choice here. It synergizes with Beastal Wrath and Trinket. It has the most damage burst output and it's mostly unavoidable, and will almost always force a cooldown from enemy team. Blink Strikes would be cool, as the pet would always be on the target, but the damage and the burst loss is way too high. Stampede has a way too long cooldown, and can be avoided. Next tier has some good choices. Glyphs is okay. It has extra slow, decent damage, but there are better talents. Power Shot is gimmicky, can be good if it crits, and on some arenas, but it would not be my choice for Beastmasters. Barrage, on the other hand, melts faces, goes hand in hand with Beastal Wrath. Of course it has a downside, as other this tier's talents. They all cleave and break crowd control, but once you get used to it and master it, it's the best damage and burst output. In the last tier, unfortunately we have only one choice, and the choice is adaptation. More damage, more utility from pet, you are the Beastmaster. Now on to the glyphs. First of all, Explosive Trap. It's a must-have glyph for those knockbacks and interrupts. Next, Solace. It depends on your setup. If you have no daughters in your team, don't use it, as you don't want someone who has Murder of Crows to walk in your trap and get rid of the dots. Camouflage. It's useful only for stealth openers, like in jungle or thug cleave, but I still wouldn't use it in thug cleave. Let your rogue stealth you in the position, then just sit, and you can act as a bait while in camo. Tranquilizing Shot. I don't think it will be needed. It's very situational, and 40 focus outside Beastal Wrath is still too high. Men Pet. Good against teams with mages, locks, priests, and so on, as it will dispel a lot of crowd control from your pet. Snake Trap. Again situational. Can soak fear, but don't use it against sub-rogues, as they can fan on knives and get 5 free combo points. Now on to macros. All the macros will be posted in description, so feel free to copy them. This is a basic kill command macro. So your pet will always kill command your target, not some pet that taunted him. Next one, Dire Beast macro. I found this one working the best. Frees up a button on a bar and is always up on cooldown. A simple disengage macro, plus a parachute, as it doesn't share cooldown with glider. I have it for battlegrounds. Master Call macro on teammates. You can put multiple targets if you swap teams a lot. Just don't put 2 teammates from the same team you're playing at the moment. Burst macro. This one activates Trinket plus Focus Fire, plus makes your pet dash, and makes pet attack the target. You can't add Murder of Crows here, as it has a separate global cooldown. I just have a separate macro for Beastal Rat and Murder of Crows. Roar of Sacrifice macro on yourself. Also puts Spirit Mend on you, makes pet cover, casts Mend Pet, and uses Healthstone and Battle Standard if possible. Very handy. Roar of Sacrifice macro on teammates. Also puts Spirit Mend on them for extra heal. If Roar of Sacrifice is on cooldown, you can still press it and cast Spirit Mend. Cancel Deterrence and Hand of Protection and Pet Attack in one. Pet Attack is here as it helps with pet managing, plus it helps with totem killing. Now on to gear and stat priority. Let's start with stats. Of course the first stat is Agility. Then Versatility, Mastery, Multi-Strike, Crit and Haste. Mastery affects roughly 40% overall damage. Pet damage and crows. Versatility and Mastery's priority depends on setup you play. If you get tunneled a lot, go Versatility. If you are not the main target and have a burst setup, then go Mastery, as it will increase crow's damage. Should you use a 4-set bonus? It's a good question. Again, depends on your setup and setup you are going up against, and your preference, as you can get more versatility and mastery without 4-set bonus. Playing Thug Cleave, I went without the 4-piece set bonus for more burst. As KFC, I would go with the 4-set bonus because I get tunneled, and messing up the crown control diminishing returns, especially the stuns, is golden. Now the Enchants. Again, if you get tunneled a lot, choose versatility. If not, and you have a burst setup, then use Mastery Enchants. Enchant your weapon with Mastery. Openers and rotations. Burst opener is fairly standard. Use Focus Fire plus Trinket plus Beastal Wrath. Cast Murder of Crows, then Kill Command, Barrage, Arcane Shot, Kill Command, Arcane Shot. Right about then, the Beastal Wrath will end, and you will be out of focus. You will need one Cobra Shot and then you can do the last Kill Command. There of course is no set rotation for PvP. Just Kill Command when it's up, Barrage when it's possible, keep the focus more on the upside, so you can spam Arcane Shots if needed, and always get full focus before bursting. Beast Mastery is definitely for bursting, so master the Beastal Wrath burst. That's about it. If you like this guide or found it useful, please like and subscribe. And if I missed something, please let me know in the comments. Bye and have fun!